help you?
Hi, my name is Christine. I just have a quick question about something. I was watching a video called JW Broadcasting.
Sure.
Do you have a minute?
Yes, I'm listening.
Okay. Well, this this man, I think he's one of the leaders, was talking about you could say hi to someone at a meeting, and he read this letter from a person who was so moved by that, and he was almost crying about it, how wonderful that change was. What
Mm-hmm.
what was done before that? You can't. Does that mean you couldn't like talk to someone who actually came back to a meeting? What I don't. What was the rules about that before? Why is that such a big deal? It blew my mind, kind of.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Hmm.
Have you ever been to one of the meetings of Jehovah's Witnesses before?
Just a few times, but it's been a
Yes.
while. Yeah.
Okay. About the time frame, about recent or a long time ago,
One
or
was recent and one was a longer time ago. So
okay. Maybe another question, if you don't mind. Have you ever studied the Bible with Jehovah's
I
Witnesses,
did.
or?
I did for a while. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So can you
Right.
explain that to me? Why that guy was almost crying over it? And he was reading this
Right.
letter from an anonymous person who was so
Right.
excited about that now he seems to be want to come back because they said hi to him and stuff like that. So can you describe what it was like before that?
Yeah, when you called, I didn't have my Bible on hand, so
Well, no, I
just give
don't
me
mean
one
from the
minute. I'm
Bible.
gonna
I
go.
mean the organization. What was the practice before that, or the
Well,
rules?
well, that's what I'm trying to explain to you, and
Okay.
it comes from the Bible. So hold on, okay, hold on a
No,
second.
no, no, no. I
Give me
don't. I
one
don't.
second. Let me
I
get my
know my
Bible.
Bible. I just wondered what was
Mm,
the Bible hasn't changed since then. But I'm trying to find out
exactly.
what the rule
So
was before.
yeah, but you don't. Well, the way that I can explain it comes from the Bible.
No,
Honestly,
it
that's the
doesn't.
best
It's
way I
not
can
that
articulate
specific.
it.
I've never seen anything like that.
It
So
is
can
actually. I want to
yeah,
show it
is
to
it
you
about
if you
don't
don't
say a
mind.
greeting? That verse?
Right, but
Yeah.
that's one of the verses, yeah.
Yeah, that's about
But
false teachers
what
coming
was
to your house. So you
right,
don't want to
exactly. Those
say, you
were
don't want to talk about it. What was the rule before, the specific rule?
that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, it's not
That's what I'm
in
trying to
it.
tell you.
Yeah, I don't want the justification. I just wanted to know what it was before. That's all. I didn't want any justification or.
Right.
Yeah. So what was it?
so, no, you have to understand the terms, who it was. Like for instance, when you watch the video, do you know who it was that was moved, or what category they were in, and
Oh,
all, or?
I don't know if he was. It might have been someone who hadn't been there in a long time or something like that.
Right. No. So that's one category. But let's say that I was one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I just stopped coming to the meetings
Mm-hmm.
or stopped associating with Jehovah's
Mm-hmm.
Witnesses. Okay. If I came back after years, people would still greet me.
Are
It
you
wouldn't
sure?
matter.
Okay.
They would be so happy to see me, no matter how long it had been for me since I've been.
Okay.
Okay.
Even if
So
they,
that's one
even
scenario.
if they, what if they went to another church since
Okay. So
then?
even that, but I wouldn't have known that when they came in the door.
Oh,
But
people talk.
well, I'm just saying I
Oh,
wouldn't judge
you might
anybody
have.
by.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm telling you. You're asking me, so I'm
Okay.
telling you. I wouldn't.
I'm just saying if
I
you
wouldn't
if you
judge.
knew if you
That's
knew
just
that.
hearsay. If somebody
Yeah.
said it,
Oh,
if somebody said they were going to a different church, I
yeah.
wouldn't even take it. I wouldn't even do anything
What
about
if
that
what if you
because
had
I
actually
don't
seen
know.
them do that? Would you then greet
Even
them?
that, I still would speak to
Oh,
them.
good.
Absolutely,
Okay,
because they're still my
cool.
brother or my sister.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is the big change? I know you're getting to it. So, okay, if you just
Right.
faded, I guess
So
they call it
now, but
fading.
let's just say, okay, so let's say that the person had done something against Bible principles, like something big, like they had murdered someone, okay? And they were unrepentant about it. They were not sorry at the time when they met with the brothers that were I'm taking the lead in the congregation, and they just decided I'm done.
Like
Whatever.
like taking blood too, right? Like
Now,
if they took blood to save their life, they would also be, maybe you're saying they were disfellowshipped. Is that what you're saying?
no, the person. That's what I'm trying to help you understand.
Okay.
If a person is unrepentant,
Mm-hmm.
when they do, people make mistakes. We're all human. We make mistakes all the time. But when somebody is judged unrepentant by their attitude, or by their behavior or their practices even after having been helped or tried to be helped from the scriptures, then they might be removed. At the time, we call it disfellowship, but now we call it removed from the congregation, and that's what Paul called it. He called it remove that one from your congregation. If they're one that's called a brother that practices things that are unscriptural. Okay, he said to remove that one from your congregation. Now, the understanding at the time before that letter was the application of what you mentioned earlier that's in John, where it talked about not saying a greeting. But that category is different. That's a person that's actually, not only are they practicing or doing something, they may not necessarily be doing something against the Bible, but they're speaking against and promoting a whole different way other than Jesus' way of doing things. They're just going a whole different direction. That person we would not say a greeting to if they're actively promoting a whole nother way of worship that's not in the Bible. That is if they were once one of Jehovah's Witnesses, not if they came in. You know what I'm saying? If there was somebody who never knew, that's one thing. But these are people who at one time were with us and were united with us, but now have decided to go in a different direction and are actively encouraging other witnesses to do the same thing. That person we would not say a greeting to, no ma'am.
Oh, so you still
No
don't,
matter how long they,
you still don't say a greeting to
that
them?
person, to that person, if they're
Okay.
actively promoting,
Okay.
if they're
Like,
actively,
if they believe
like they come to
in,
our meetings
yeah, like they
and
believe
they're
in the deity
interrupting the
of
meeting and they're
Christ,
speaking
or
out of turn.
if they believe in the
Um,
deity of Christ and they're teaching people that, and they believe salvation is by faith in Christ, not through the Watchtower organization, so then you wouldn't greet a
no.
person like that.
That's a little bit of an oversimplification of our beliefs, but no, it's not that simple. What you just said, the way you just said it, but it is a person that was once one of Jehovah's Witnesses. That's what we're talking about. That have decided to go a different way,
So,
but at the same time are actively encouraging others for whatever reason to
yeah,
go another way.
like
Where
all
they're
the like
sometimes
on the
they,
like on all the really big forums for ex Jehovah's Witnesses, and like say they're active on that, or they start their own group, because the one on Reddit.
right, exactly. They might start
Did
their
you
own
know the
group.
one
Yeah.
on Reddit has over 100,000 people who have joined?
Yeah,
You knew that?
that's well, I don't because I
Oh,
don't
okay.
search for it. I don't even use Reddit. I'm
Oh,
not
okay.
interested. I'm happy where
Yeah,
I am, so
that's
I
a
don't
lot,
need to
isn't it? I
know
wonder what their deal
those type
is.
of things.
That's a really lot of people. Okay, so now what is the
So
change
does that
then?
answer your question?
No, what is the
That is the
change?
change.
Oh, so even if they were disfellowshipped, you can say hello to them now?
That's the change.
Oh, I
Because
see.
we misunderstood that if they're not actually actively promoting a whole nother way of truth or whatever, then yes, we could still speak to them even if they've been removed. So that is
Oh,
the
okay.
change.
I
Yes.
wonder how it made people
Okay.
feel if they did want to visit the Kingdom Hall and they had been disfellowshipped like even a long time ago, or aren't doing what they were doing before. I mean, I wonder how that made people
Yeah.
feel, and
You can
especially
see.
after they were
You can
shunned.
look now
They
to
were
see with the
shunned for
video.
so
That
long.
represents a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of
yeah.
them. In fact, we've had thousands come back. They're just so
Yeah,
happy to
my
be home.
question was how I
Just
wonder how
so
those
happy.
ones felt all the years that they were
You would
ignored.
you could only interview one at a time. That's only
Yeah,
I can't even speculate.
that's so interesting. And
So
it was just
but
very
if you visit the Kingdom Hall and you meet one, you can ask them yourself.
well,
That's how you get back
the thing is,
information.
though,
Ask them
as in
yourself.
Reddit having over 100,000 people, it's very easy for even an outsider to find out what they were doing before. And the timing seems strange too. It's almost like they're trying to trick some of the countries that are investigating Jehovah's Witnesses, like Norway, that they've changed the shunning policy. But that's really such a the man talking wanted to make that such a big thing, and probably that's what they're touting to indicate that they've ended shunning. But now we have, for example, Reddit, over 100,000 people. They all testify to the same thing. There's been a lot of
Right.
suicides
Now,
over that, and mental problems, because really, say if someone gets baptized and they're still not even 18, they don't really know what they're doing and what that implication is for their life. So they're trapped, is it essentially.
no, not anymore. Essentially,
Oh, okay.
and that's the thing about it, that there are there we are human, and we can make errors in judgment, but we're not afraid to own it and admit it and try to make up for it. And that's what
Why do you
we've
keep
done.
saying we? Because
Even if
you're
even
not
if
really
we
on a group that makes decisions. Do you mean
no, I
they? You keep
no,
saying
I might
we.
not be, but I support it
Okay.
because I support it.
No matter
I
what.
mean, I'm a
Right.
part of it because I
Right.
support it. So there
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. He
So
also
that's what I can say.
something interesting I thought that
Ma'am,
he's yeah,
what is your name? Because I can
Christine.
take your number, because I've spent about as much time as I actually have
Oh, okay, no
to talk to
problem.
you, because I have something else
Yeah.
coming up,
Yeah. Okay.
another thing that I
No
actually need
problem.
to
I
do or
didn't
something.
really want to say
If you'd like,
anymore.
I can take your name any further.
Yeah.
I can refer you to
I
someone,
just
or
wanted to
you can go to our website, jw.org, and ask
Yeah,
someone
I
to
just
visit
wanted
you,
to
and they'd
see
be
what
glad
they
to
were
come by
doing
and answer your
before. You
personal
couldn't
questions.
even say hi to somebody. And also, you know what just my last thing before I go is that
That is, no, actually, I have to
okay.
go, but it was
Okay.
such a pleasure to have
He
met
said
you. You
we
can call back,
comply.
or you can go on our
Yeah, he
website.
said
I'm going to be going
he
now.
said we
Thank you
comply,
so much for
and we love
calling.
it.
Goodbye.